This video is made in response to Intifadagirl, who had two main contentions. Firstly, that Jews are not the descendants of Semites, or Shem, and secondly that Israel, the land known as Israel, currently belongs to the Palestinians. Okay, so firstly I'm going to tackle the Ashkenazi name. Ashkenaz certainly was the son of Gomer, who was a descendant of Japheth. I do not deny this. However, where the term Ashkenazi in relation to Judaism comes from, as I have said, comes from, it's a Middle Age term. That's why the alternative to Ashkenazi Jews isn't Semitic Jews, it's Mizrahi Jews, or Eastern Jews, and Sephardic Jews, who are Jews descended from Spain. Now, we all acknowledge, and you acknowledge, that there are some Semitic Jews. Now, if that was the case, an Ashkenazi meant that you were the descendant of Ashkenaz. That would mean that the alternative to an Ashkenazi Jew would be a Semitic Jew. There is no such clarification when it comes to Semitic Jew. It's Sephardi, Mizrahi, and Ashkenazi. Ashkenazi, for those who didn't know, comes from the Middle Ages. Ashkenaz, who is the son of Gomer and the descendant of Japheth, ruled the land of Germany and the Rhine and Eastern Europe. The name Ashkenazi is derived from that. The name for the Rhine and Germany and Poland in biblical Hebrew is Ashkenaz. Now, in the Middle Ages, the Jews that lived in the Ashkenaz regions were known as Ashkenazim. This is the people from that region, not the descendants of Ashkenaz. Complete difference. Secondly, that in relation to this, how Jews have no connection to the land, I disagree. There's complete archaeological evidence to support the existence of Jews in the land of Israel, and that's through the Wailing Wall, which was an archaeologically known fact. It was the second temple was built in the time of King Herod, who was a Roman Empire. It was a Jewish temple, though. We have the ruins on Masada, which was a Jewish village that was sacked by the Romans. We have Yavna. Not only that, but there are modern Jewish towns that have been built up that have no connection to Palestinian Arabs. Tel Aviv was completely unrelated. Only recently has it been joined to the Arab town of Yaffo. I'm not denying the Palestinians a state, nor have I ever. My contention is that the Palestinians get a state. It just isn't Israel. Intifadagirl, however, says that Palestinians should be fighting to free Palestine and to overthrow. She is condemning Palestinians to die for a cause that they're not going to be victorious of. This isn't saying that Palestinians shouldn't fight and shouldn't resist Israel. It's just saying that if they try to do it to the extent where they try to push Israel to the sea, they will not be successful. The world will turn against them, and it will not work. This belief is simply going to push innocent Palestinians to death. Finally, Intifadagirl makes vicious attacks on Jews, saying that Jews are, a baby-killing, porn-spreading. Intifadagirl has claimed that she gets her own evidence from her own personal experiences. Well, I've seen those personal experiences on websites such as JewWatch.com and Stormfront. We all know how logical and rational and evidence-based those sites are. So please, feel free to comment on Intifadagirl and tell her what a wonderful job her evidence is doing when it comes from such racially motivated sites, such as a site called JewWatch, the Jewish World Conspiracy, which involves communists, porn directors, and all of Hollywood for that matter, in a Zionist global conspiracy. Now, Intifadagirl, I haven't resorted to personal attacks on you, and nor will I. Why? Because I don't need to. Previously, you've accused Zionists of attacking personally because they have nothing left to say. They resort to swear words. I agree that there are Jews, but I've now seen you do the same thing. And now I know that I won. Thank you, and good night.